What's up, Easy Bakers? So today we're going to be making some Hennessy Cheetah print cupcakes. So if you want to have your cupcakes that have these nice, beautiful cheetah prints inside of it, definitely stay tuned. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Darren Freeman. And let's be gang gang. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And let's go ahead and jump into this video. First, I'm going to start off with my cake toppers. What I use is some white fondant, and I'm taking some brown fondant, and I'm just going to go ahead and knead that together until I get my desired color. Since my theme will be brown and black, I'm just making the topper a nice light brown color. As you guys can see, as you start kneading it, it will definitely get to be this beautiful color right here. Now I'm going to use my fondant roller and just roll that out, not too thin, not too thick, but just roll it out like Goldilocks said, perfect, baby. And now I'm taking my little mini cookie cutter, metal cookie cutters that I got from Amazon. I will put that link in the description box. And I'm just making little hearts with it. Once you go ahead and cut those all out, you're gonna put those to the side for 24 hours so they can dry. Your cupcake batter, you want to separate them in 3 different containers. You can use a box cake mix or you can use a homemade cake mix. I will put my vanilla cake mix in the description box, as well as my hacks for box cake. Whatever batter you use, make sure that it's a thick batter because you don't want it to spread everywhere. So I'm taking my vanilla, my French vanilla cupcake mix, and I'm pouring it into a large piping bag. And you just want to go ahead, put that in a large piping bag, shake it out to get as much air bubbles out of it as possible, and just go ahead and tighten that up and put that to the side. Now I'm doing got my black food coloring. This is gel food coloring. You can use liquid food coloring, but I would recommend gel food coloring because you don't want your batter to water down at all. Like I said before, you guys want to make sure that you have a nice thick batter. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my brown food coloring and do the same thing that I did with my other 2. All right, so now we're cooking, honey. You're gonna take that vanilla cake batter and just do a thin layer on the bottom of your cupcake liner. Once I got done doing that horrible layer, I'm gonna go in with my black. We're going to just put black dots throughout this first layer. You don't want it to be too close, but you don't want them to be far apart as well. I kind of did 4 to 5 to 6 dots, just kind of depending on how I feel, honey. Then I went ahead and added my brown food, what is it called? My brown batter. I stuck it inside of those black dots so it can have some brown inside as well as on top of the black. I did end up adding another cheetah print because I wanted to kind of fill out the bottom of that layer and not have any empty spots, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? So once I got done with the brown, I'm gonna go in again with my black and I'm just going to cover the brown spots up. So your first layer is done. You're gonna go in with your vanilla batter again. Now this is how you're supposed to do it. You see that technique is a little better for me. I'm just going, you know, horizontal, and I think that worked pretty well. I have cleaned off my, like you guys just saw, I try to clean off my piping bag so the colors won't bleed so much. But you're gonna do the same thing that you did with that first layer to this layer. I only did 2 layers because be careful not to over fill your cupcake liners. You want it to be like 3/4 of the way filled. If you guys want to do a different color scheme, you will use like, say for instance, you wanted to do a blue. Instead of using vanilla, you will have a light blue, and instead of using brown, you will have a dark blue, so you can have that contrast. The only color that will be the same will be black. So I end up doing 2 layers of the dots, and I'm going to just go ahead and cover that with my vanilla batter. It doesn't have to be fully covered because I think it's kind of cute when you bake it, you see some of the little cheetah print dots come to the top, but that's just me. Now, this is another method that you guys can do if you do not want to use the dots. So I take my black batter and I try to do a circle. Y'all know I can't do no lines, so don't talk about me. So I did 3 little circles like a bullseye. Then I go on top of that with my brown. I had to go on top of that with my brown quite a few times because you do want those layers to be thick. Like I want that brown to be thick, not a thin layer, but a nice thick old layer. Then I'm going to go back on top of that brown with my black. So just like you did your dots, but you're doing it in a circle. Baby, when I tell you them circles is not for me, them circles is not for me. I said, child, who finna be doing all these circles for all of these cupcakes, child? But we finna go right on back to them dots, baby. So once you get done, you wanna go ahead and kind of like slam your cupcakes on the counter, then stick them in the oven. Now we're gonna go in with our edible markers. You also can use food coloring with some vodka to make paint. But I bought these things from Amazon, and guess what? I'm finna use them. So I'm gonna start off with a few dots just to make my cake topper. That we made these cake toppers yesterday, so they're nice and hard and ready to go. Started off with a few dots, then I'm adding a black C to them. And I started off with only 3 dots because I wanted to see how it looked before I went in and just did everything, you know? And I was like, okay, it looks all right. It look pretty cute. So that's what I'm going to do. And I had to do her little 30th because she's turning 30. Yes, welcome to the club, girl. Welcome to the club. So this is basically the finished look for my cake toppers, my cupcake toppers. And how I made those was I just did my brown dots and I just filled in all the spaces with some large dots as well as a few small dots, just so we won't have any empty space. Then I go in with my black marker and on my large dots, I do 2 C's on opposite sides, and on the smaller dots, I just did pretty much 1 C. So now that you let your cupcakes cool completely on your drying rack, we're gonna just go ahead and cut this thing open so you guys can see what you're gonna get. This is how it should look. You should have your cheetah print throughout your cupcakes. I think this is too freaking cute. And the cupcake is still nice and moist. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate my cupcakes. Y'all see how I had to take some of that buttercream off, baby? Because y'all know I don't know what I'm doing. So anyways, if you guys want to know how to make Hennessy Buttercream, go ahead and put a comment down below. I will leave the ingredients in the description box, and it's just really simple to make buttercream. But I put my Hennessy Buttercream on that. Then I just went ahead and put my toppers on it with my Hennessy pipes. I will leave those, all the materials pretty much in the description box. But this is pretty much it, you guys. You want to just go ahead and decorate your cupcakes. Your toppers may fall down like mine did quite a few times, so I just did a little dab of Hennessy on there to keep it there. I didn't want to add water because who finna add water when we got Hennessy right here? Who? Girl, stop playing with me. So you guys, I was very pleased with these cupcakes. I think they turned out beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, don't forget Dabney Freeman, so you guys can know everything that's going to happen throughout the week. Talk to you on my next video.